Hi everyone, my name is Vaishnavi Simhachalam, and I have done my critical literature review on demystifying the COVID-19 publications and institutions, journals, and concepts and topics. This is the reference of the paper, and so coming to the purpose of the study, the paper is aimed at providing a clear analysis of the COVID-19 pandemic so that the related institutions such as school, medical centers, and among others are able to understand its origin and effects of the caused by the COVID-19. As per the paper, it is easy to understand the leading research institutions, the major venues used for the publication, the concepts that are the key in the determination of research, and eventually the topics covered as per the COVID-19 pandemic. The authors have tried to address the major areas of the concerns, such as the dangers of the COVID-19 in terms of the infections that are experienced at a higher rate, the higher rate at which deaths are experienced, as well as the damages that are related to this pandemic. So some of the questions used in this paper may include the ways through which the COVID-19 spreads, and when the pandemic may have started, as well as it how it spreads from the one individual to another. Coming to the related literature, the literature has played an important role in this paper since the references as well as other studies which have been made by the authors in order for them to complete the research studies related to the COVID-19. For instance, some organizations such as the World Health Organization as an organization has also been involved since it has some experts that have high knowledge to help the authors carry out the studies effectively. The references have been made on the other articles by the authors on this research paper on defining some key concepts and developing their own acceptable definitions in a scientific manner. There are some procedures of research studies that have been outlined in some other articles, and therefore the necessity of these authors going through them gives them a hint on what to do, such as the article have has reviewed about 20 articles related to the studies on COVID-19 to get enough knowledge for the accomplishment of this research. Coming to the research design and the strategy, according to this study, the authors have included various aspects in terms of the data, and different sampling methods have been applied. The data analysis and development of some theories has also been used, which are important for any reader to understand the entire aspect of the COVID-19. For example, the authors used descriptive analysis by making references on the works of the other authors and the institutions to understand the clear relationship that exists for them to get useful keywords and the phrases to use. So they also used various techniques on the data analysis part, which include data visualization on the visualization obtained in order to use them for the making conclusions and creating the new theories. And coming to the research results discussions and the conclusions, as per the paper, the results are well presented since it is easy to read and interpret them without many difficulties involved. For instance, there is a use of tables where each object has its own place, the figures of which show the extent to which COVID-19 has spread, and hence easy for the readers to predict the next patterns. Major findings have been tabulated from the different articles as a way of making references from the studies carried out and the major topic of concern presented, which may need more further research in the future or when it's needed. Coming to the discussion and conclusion, in order to create more understanding of the results that are presented, there are various steps that were taken by the authors in this research paper. The relationship of these keywords and concepts have been clearly shown and explained for the readers to understand them and all the phrases used. The major question on these characteristics on COVID-19 has been answered through the publications and evaluations carried out, showing the results from all the 20 articles used. It has also been shown that there are many other publications on the pandemic apart from those published by the researchers. Therefore, the answers to all the research questions have been provided, and necessary adjustments have already made suggested in the future days. Contributions, coming to the contributions, the major contributions of this paper is for benefit for different health and information professionals on this pandemic, and on the necessary measurements that they are supposed to take on the and the resources to be used. Coming to the section 2, critical analysis, the overall assessment of the research paper is easy to read and interpret by the readers in the related fields of study. It is because it has been clearly subdivided into major sections which address different issues, and they are dependent on each other. Hence, a flow of ideas from one to another, one to the other person. So the type of research design is used, and the techniques are relevant to the common people, and hence this is an easy paper to read and understand in general. Coming to the research methodology, the authors in this paper have used a methodology that is presentable and easy to understand, especially by showing the actions that they took while doing their research. The ideas have been organized and all the experimental parts explained to create a platform for understanding the results. Coming to the future research, an improvement needs to be done on the methodological part, whereby the materials and the resources used should be defined and outlined differently, and an explanation given on how each one is used. And the knowledge learned is that I have learned that COVID 19 is not only a pandemic in some countries, but also a pandemic. And there are several measures to put in place to the curb is spread. The questions that we can discuss from these are: is there any vaccine developed to prevent COVID 19 infection? And the second one is: do we have a specific measurements that have been placed to make sure the people with this infection social with others freely? Oh, that is my critical literature review. Thank you.